Welcome to Murder Hour. This is Caitlin.
It's Camille.
I'm Al.
I'm Dustin.
And this is another episode of the Murder Hour podcast.
Hey. I love that we have moved into the garage.
Yes.
Like a garage band. But garage pod.
Really trying to get my That 70s Show vibe on with the mustache and everything.
Now we just need pop.
The balmy Mayweather.
I love that. Alright, so today we're going to do actually this is the first time we're going to be on YouTube in a while, like 3 years. So we're excited. Make sure and like and subscribe and share, and I guess that's all the stuff you do, right?
I think so.
Okay, sure.
Maybe.
Thumbs up, I think, right?
Is that a thing still?
Do you thumb up or do you just, I don't know.
I don't know. We want everybody to do everything.
Yeah.
And leave us a message in the comments if you have a suggestion of anybody you want us to cover in our murders, things like that. All right. So today we're going to do another You Are the Detective. We're gonna brush up on our detective skills, and we are starting with Dustin with 0.
Ha!
Alan with 0, and Caitlin with 50. And you may think that that's not fair, but I gave a trivia question earlier for 50 points, and Caitlin was closest. So that's just the way it is. No cheating, unlike Al. So we're going to discuss the disappearance of Maribel Ramos, 36-year-old U.S. Army veteran and student of Cal State Fullerton. Just bring yourself back to 2013. Okay? Right? Isn't that how they do that?
Yes.
She was born 1976. Always...
Shouldn't look anything up. This is not an episode where I can look things up.
No, you can't look things up on this one.
They said Dustin get kicked back on this episode.
I was like, alright, let's Google it. Started pulling up some info, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Research department? Yeah.
Season 2, The Girth.
The Girth.
Yes!
This is season 2, The Girth. I love it.
The Girth.
The Girth.
The Girth.
So she always knew she wanted to be in law enforcement. She later decided to go in the Army, spent some time in the Army, and came back. And when she had a couple of tours in Iraq, honorably discharged in 2008, and she was just about to finish her degree in criminal justice from California State Fullerton. 36-year-old lived in an apartment in Orange County, California, with a roommate and had a boyfriend she liked and started getting serious. There's a little background.
Well, it's always nice when you like your boyfriend.
Yeah.
I feel like that helps. Just saying. Continue.
Carry on.
So, 10:40 in the morning, May 3rd, so this month, 2013, a 911 call comes in from Maribel's roommate saying that she did not come home from the previous night. The roommate also contacted the boyfriend and the family went and reported her missing.
What day was this? May what?
May 3rd.
Okay.
May 3rd. She was supposed to play in a softball game on that day, but never showed up to the softball game.
Bad teammate.
So the law enforcement gets there and takes the report. Now,
The roommate's
the family actually officially filed a missing persons report.
So, question.
Yes.
I know we're already throwing you off.
No, you're fine.
Can the roommate throw out that, or is it better if it comes from the family?
It either's fine. It's just a report of a missing person. It doesn't hold more weight if it's a roommate or a family. You actually want to contact everybody. Is she really missing? No, she called me and said she's in a conference or something. Or a slumber party. Whatever.
She called and said she hates softball.
Yeah, softball sucks.
She's ready to play kickball.
Right. Yeah. Thanks. So you get there as a police officer / detective, and what do? Dustin, what are some things that you do when you get and you take the missing persons.
The family?
No, you as the detective, you get to.
No, but I'm with the family at the family house. Or
No,
am I
you're
the
at
farm?
her place, the apartment where she lives. What do you do?
Is the roommate there to ask
Yeah,
the roommate
yeah,
questions?
absolutely.
So I'll
Ask the
probably
roommate.
start asking the roommate.
Okay, ask roommate some questions. All right.
What was she actually doing last night?
I don't know. She just was doing
Was she
her
with
thing.
the boyfriend?
Maybe. She doesn't really, pay all that attention.
That's a horrible roommate.
All right, what else you doing, Caitlin?
I feel like I should disclose that I
You know
know this case.
Oh!
Uh,
All right.
So
Well,
I feel like I have an unfair advantage.
So
here.
minus 50.
minus 50 for Caitlin for unfair advantage.
I feel like minus
At
150.
least I'm letting you know
Yes.
instead of
Okay, so plus
Oh,
50.
yeah, here we go.
I had to do this case as a report in college, so I know all the details. Nice.
Okay, so Alan, you're the detective.
Mm-hmm.
You show up and with the patrol officer, and you are. What are some things that you do in the apartment?
Let's see. I would like to verify the roommate's story.
Okay.
I want to look at her room.
Oh, you search the house, right?
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
search the place.
Yep. Okay.
I-
What are you looking for?
At this point, are you able to really search, or you
Well, let me
just
ask you.
kinda-
Are you?
Because, well, see, that's a good point. See, I don't know. Is there, because she's not, it's not like it's a murder or anything. She's just missing.
Okay.
Or is she not even missing yet at this point?
She's missing.
It is considered missing?
Yeah, we're going to say it's official missing
Okay,
persons
well then
case.
I'm gonna see if I can look at her computer. See if
Okay. Do you need a search warrant to search her computer?
Yes.
That was my question.
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Why?
Right? Because it's personal stuff, and she's not. Even though she's missing, it's not quite a high enough
Okay. Dustin, what do you think?
thing to.
I think you have to have permission, right? To go on, especially through the computer.
Okay, why?
I don't know.
So let me ask you this: when you think about search warrants, what is the one thing you should think about when determining if you need a search warrant? Caitlin.
Is it something that's easily accessible that you can see right on the open?
Well, let's maybe I should be more specific. What's the one thing legally wise that you should think about if you need a search, determining if you need a search warrant?
you
It'll be
find
thrown
evidence?
out.
If it's been thrown out, so everybody has an expectation of privacy.
In their home.
In their home, in their computers,
Right.
in their cars, in their effects, things like that.
Phones.
Right. So you can't just willy-nilly. But let's say we had a dead person. You could go through their computer because they
Dead.
would want you to, and they're dead, and there's not really an
What are they gonna
expectation
do
of
about
privacy.
Okay.
Now, right. So searching the house, you have somebody there who has an expectation of privacy, right? Who is that?
The roommate.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
So the roommate has an expectation of privacy. So if you wanted to search the apartment, what would you need from the roommate?
Permission.
Keys.
What? What's that?
Permission.
Yes. 50 points. Permission.
Hey,
Consent.
thank you.
Consent.
But that's.
Oh, sorry.
Why are you trying to give my points away, man?
Sorry. Alan's still at 0. Dustin's at 50. Yes, you need consent from the roommate, right? And he gives you consent. You search the house.
Now it's a he.
I'm sorry.
Now we're swapping genders.
Did I say it was a her? It's a he.
No, you mentioned that it was a male.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought I did.
it was a she.
Someone
All right.
wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, apparently. Minus
Al
10
wasn't
points.
either.
Minus 10, 40.
Whoa, this is a harsh scoring system.
All right. So,
Get on
you
the
search the
space.
house, and Maribel's car is still there, but her phone and her purse are missing. Okay? What do you want to do now? Al?
Okay, so we've established what's at her property. So at this
I will give you this. You haven't found any signs of struggle. You haven't found any blood. Nothing.
no suicide notes, no.
Nope.
I'm
Good
going to
question.
meet Jim at 10 o'clock.
No, nothing.
Okay,
You
none of that.
found that
Found
her
nothing.
car's there, but her purse and phone are missing.
Okay. At that point, I would then want to. And we already talked to the roommate.
Well, you talked to him there. What else might you want to do? You kind of got a cursory.
Maybe I want to see if some neighbors heard something.
Okay, neighborhood canvas.
Maybe,
okay, I like that.
yeah,
I'm going to give you 10 points for a neighborhood
If
canvas.
there's any security cameras around, is this
Oh,
an
security cameras.
apartment building?
That will come into effect. I'm going to give you 10 points for that. So, Dustin.
I want to ask the boyfriend and try to establish where she was last.
All right, so you're gonna interview just the boyfriend. You're gonna bring the boyfriend downtown.
Well,
Just
I mean,
the boyfriend.
I'd probably bring the roommate.
Okay, I like it. I'm
Definitely
gonna give you
the
20
roommate.
points for that.
The boyfriend is not the roommate, right?
Boyfriend is not the roommate.
Okay.
Two different
Okay,
gentlemen.
2 different people. Okay.
All right. So you bring the roommate into the office, into the interrogation room. Throw him in the box, and the separate times you bring in the roommate and the boyfriend. Do you need Miranda, Alan? You're interviewing the boyfriend and the roommate separately. Do you need Miranda for one or the other, or both, or neither? Or what?
I'm going to say no. You just they volunteered to come in. You just want to ask a few questions.
So
Person
why?
of interest.
Why no?
You're not arresting them for anything.
They're not being
They're
detained.
Yeah, you're not
they're not
detaining
the
them.
ones on. when was-
They're oh, are they? But are they people of interest?
So you need Miranda for somebody who's a person of interest?
I'm going to say no. I'm going
No,
to say
no for Miranda for either one.
No Miranda for either one.
All right, good job.
What?
You only had to be Mirandized if you were being taken into custody.
So Miranda is 2 parts: custody and interrogation. If you arrest somebody, let's say you arrest somebody for fail to pay child support, you're not going to interrogate them because it's just one of those things. So it's custody, but no interrogation, no Miranda necessary.
But don't you want to just be safe in case you start blabbing off on some other shit?
That's a
that they've done?
spontaneous utterance. That's fine. So I've arrested hundreds of people without Miranda because didn't interrogate. And an interrogation, in Rhode Island v. Ennis defined an interrogation as questioning that was designed to elicit an incriminating response. So you can ask, where do you work? Hey, where's Maribel? Where's this?
What did you do with Maribel?
But if he's in custody, now custody does not mean arrest. If you have somebody in the box and the door's locked and there's an officer standing in front of the door, he might feel that he's not free to leave. He will feel that he's in custody. So you have to be careful of that. So it's custody and interrogation.
But he could ask, "Am I being detained?"
Yeah, absolutely, and you have to be honest with them. Yeah, I've had people, I've interrogated plenty of people, and I said, listen, not with violent crimes or anything, but minor crimes, and listen, no matter what you tell me about this case today, you're walking out of here a free person. You are not in custody. What happens tomorrow, the next day, state attorney decides, but I didn't have to read Miranda because they were not in custody, and I would often do those interviews in my office, and instead of the interrogation room, doors open, things like that.
Relaxed.
Yeah.
Do you have recordings of that though?
Always. You always record your interviews.
Do they know they're being recorded?
Yeah.
They have to in Florida, right?
No.
Really?
Yep. As a part of an investigation, you don't have to. Like when you,
okay.
if I were to
That's
arrest
private.
you guys, I would throw you in an interrogation room by yourself and just watch and listen. And even if you don't see a recording,
If I'm in
It's-
there by myself, I'm going to crack. 10 minutes alone? That's too much
But
time.
if I invited Dustin over and I'm recording him and he doesn't know it, I can't really use that for anything, right? That's illegal.
yeah, that
you
was-
as a person can't use it,
Right, okay.
but law enforcement can.
Oh.
So because in a police department, there's no expectation of privacy.
Right.
When you're in an interrogation room, you should not feel you have an expectation of privacy.
yeah, and doesn't that extend to like buildings and establishments and all that stuff? They
And
have
we're
to.
in public. There's no expectation.
Right. If you're standing on a street corner on your phone, yeah, I'd like to buy a kilo of Coke, and
Well,
somebody
yeah,
hears you.
that's on the.
But
corner.
if you're in your car,
But if you're in someone's building, their business or whatever, they have to tell you that they're recording.
right, yeah. So all right, let's move on. So the boyfriend tells you that the night that Maribel went missing, Paul, that's the boyfriend, said he was at work that night. Mentioned that Maribel, the girlfriend, had been arguing with a roommate whose name was Kwang Chol Joy. We're going to call him KC Joy. That's what he went by, is KC Joy.
KC Joy.
KC Joy. Regarding Casey Joy, this was the fight saying that the roommate was not able to pay the rent that month. So they've been arguing. And that makes sense. That happens.
Thank you.
Maribel wanted Casey out of the house by the next day, according to boyfriend. This is his boyfriend that's saying all this. All right. So, who's your suspect? Dustin, you go first this time. And why?
And by the way, my score is totally wrong right now. Just,
What?
whatever. I'm watching the scores.
You got
guys.
20 plus 10 is 30.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
No, 10 plus 10 is 20.
Oh!
Plus 10 is 30.
I'm sorry. I'm
This guy,
sorry,
right?
Sorry. I'm just buying Dustin some time.
Dustin, who's your suspect?
Casey Joy.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just don't like him.
Yeah, right?
Killing
All right.
me.
10, it's
Why,
50.
well, why don't you like him? What part of this guy you don't like? What? This is weird being on camera. I mean, we have like this privacy of sorts when there's no camera. And
So what are you thinking? So what? I mean, is there any just his roommate, boyfriends? So let me ask you this.
Casey Joy is the
for 50
Casey
points.
Joy's the roommate.
okay.
For 50 points, what's the percentage of people who are killed, murdered by people they know?
Most of them.
By people they know?
Oh, you
Like,
want, like,
how,
an
what
actual
level
number?
of...
Oh.
Like boyfriend, husband, family member, somebody they know, friend.
85.
75.
Ooh, let's see. It's 79. So
You don't get
Al
that.
closer?
I didn't get to guess.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's your guess?
We will wipe the question. So it's 79%,
I was gonna
folks.
say 80, but you know.
Oh,
79.
Are you saying she's lying? Is she saying she's lying? 100 points.
Whoa,
Oh.
what?
I gotta get something. I mean, I can't really participate otherwise.
All right. So,
Hard
Al,
to
you mentioned earlier about checking the area for surveillance cameras.
Yes.
All right, and I'm going to give you 10 points for that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, there's a video
Plus
from the apartment complex that showed Maribel the evening that she went missing, dropping off her rent check at the front office. It was 8:30 p.m. on May 2nd.
So the evening of 8:30, there she is handing
May
in a
2nd.
rent check.
May 2nd, the evening before she went missing.
8:30 p.m.
And this was sometime after her phone call with Paul, the boyfriend.
Chong.
It's like minus
And
10.
this, yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna do that. I think that's.
What year is it?
Oh, okay, everybody's
All right.
shaking out
So
now. I
just
got it
for
out.
just for everybody's notice,
All right, it's out
Dustin
there.
has 30, Alan has 30, and Caitlin has 100. So that's how.
Caitlin's answered one question. Good job.
She's answered 2 questions, by the way. One this morning.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about during the podcast.
Well,
All right.
I could
No, I was
just.
mowing grass this morning. Not fair.
I could just,
Blurt it
end
all out?
all for you guys.
All
right. So the surveillance video showed her dropping off her rent check the evening, 8:30 evening. This was sometime after the phone call with her boyfriend, and this was the last time Maribel was seen alive. 8:30 p.m. May 2nd.
Dropping off the rent check.
Dropping off the rent
So
check.
she was like at the office of the apartment complex doing this?
Yes.
Okay.
Walked up, threw the rent check in a little box thing.
So clearly, the maintenance guy of the apartment complex, that's who killed him.
Obviously.
There we go.
All right, well, you ruined it.
You should be
Thanks.
questioned,
It's
too.
supposed to be murder hour.
Oh,
Thank you.
right. Sorry.
That was like a 2021 murder?
What?
The maintenance guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in
maintenance
Orlando?
guy?
Yeah.
I just said that because that was your Yosemite case.
Yeah.
Turned out to be the maintenance guy.
Yes, it was.
we're
All
on
right.
Yosemite.
So, you decide that you want a little more information from the roommate because of what the boyfriend said about them arguing. You need Miranda now.
I'm going to say no. It's still a voluntary.
Okay. Dustin?
Yeah.
I'm going to him being like,
So, you talk to the roommate, He told you everything.
Are we still?
You talked to the
still in the
boyfriend. The
boxes?
boyfriend said that she had argued and wanted him out and everything. And you're doing the surveillance. Now you're thinking, you know what? I want to re-interview the boyfriend or the roommate. And you ask him to come down. Do you need Miranda this time?
Not if I ask him to come down.
Okay. What if you ask him to come down when you arrest him? Does that matter?
Well, I assume at the time of arrest I would then read it.
Okay. I'm going to give you guys 10 points because
What if
you don't need Miranda yet.
What if you intend to arrest him and you're like, come on down?
Yeah, but if he's still willing to offer up information, just through a chit chat, like.
But that could be not admissible, right?
It depends. If he is in custody and you do not read Miranda, then it is inadmissible. But it really depends. If your intention is to arrest him, no matter what,
I don't even know what my intention is.
you know your
Cops
intention.
should just Mirandize everyone.
I know
they
my
come
intention,
Right.
but it's still not a justified intention because I still don't know.
Well,
It's
at
not
this
the
time you don't
40s.
know. At this time, are you ready to make an arrest? Do you have
No.
any probable cause whatsoever?
No.
Right.
There's
So
a small argument.
so he's
People
not,
argue all the time.
so he's not
People
in
don't
custody.
murder all the
You're
time.
you're not planning on arresting him. He's not in
Yeah.
custody. You make that clear, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So
there
you
you
basically say, hey, I just want to go over some things. I want to tighten up some
Loose ends.
here. You want to come down? Yeah.
Remember we talked about last week. Never trust anybody who talks about loose ends,
Loose
right?
ends.
All right. Casey Joy, roommate, admitted to arguing with Maribel, said that he went out for a drive around 9 p.m. He said at that time she was still alive. When he came back, she was gone. He claimed he had nothing to do with her vanishing and added, I just want her back.
So,
You want to let me finish? What
Nope.
else she said? Okay.
nope, because now I
He
got
said.
a bunch of questions.
Nice.
But
He
yeah,
said
go
something.
ahead and finish.
All right. He said, I need her to come back because she's my best friend. Actually, she's my only friend. All right.
Red flag.
During this interview, is there anything you're doing during this interview besides the interviewing of this?
Besides, like, the faces I'm going to make when he says all this. Like,
Hopefully you're not making any faces. Because you should never make a face when somebody's telling you
Don't
these
take
things.
points off for that. What?
Because you want to be straight faced because somebody's going to change their story if you make a face on what they're saying.
yes, sir.
You're like,
10 points.
Only
No.
friend.
We can't have fun anymore. Now we're also the fun police.
all right, so is there anything besides not making faces and the interview? Is there anything that you want to do or can I have one that does?
You're taking notes, right?
Huh?
Taking notes.
Taking notes,
Recording everything.
recording everything. Those are the obvious ones. What else?
Taking
Yeah,
into
thanks,
account
man.
his body
Surprised me.
language.
Body language. That's great. I'm going to give you 10 points for that.
Oh, man, this is so biased.
How is it biased? See, I told you that pen sucked.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
don't know how many points you give Caitlin.
And by the way, I think
Only 10?
Dustin
Oh,
Dustin needs to be interrupting you a lot more. Than
Yeah?
he is. He's being nice right now. He needs
So,
to
what are you
stop.
thinking, Alan? We've heard from Dustin and Caitlin. What do you think?
You didn't get my opinion.
He comes in.
If your dog
Ask him more
wakes up the
questions.
baby,
Says,
so
"My
help me.
only friend. I personally, when I heard that, I'm thinking he's projecting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking he did something to her. He's feeling bad about it. Maybe he was insane briefly, and he was in a different identity, and something happened, and he came back. And I don't know, but that's
All right, Freud.
like I
Let's-
said, it's a flag. Then his
So-
mom.
So what I was kind of getting at, which I'm going to take 10 points away from both of you guys.
Why me? I didn't even say anything.
Because you didn't get the right answer.
But the fact they went for a drive together
No,
and
he didn't
came
say
back-
that.
They didn't.
He didn't say that. He said he went for a
He
drive.
went for a drive around.
Left her alive
Left-
at the
oh.
house. So
He left her alive?
maybe
That
what
seems weird.
maybe
She was alive when he left.
maybe you should be looking at them to see if there's any signs of violence or struggles or anything, and you would have noticed that he had scratches all up and down his arms.
I don't know what clothes he's wearing if he has a jacket on.
You didn't say you noticed. Look at him to see anything. No, nothing. You guys just like nothing.
They sit there like this.
Okay, so
Right.
it's so
Hey,
it's
tell me
May.
what-
I don't
Tell me
want to
what
make
happened to Maribel.
faces.
So it's May in California.
Yes.
It's cool at night. Okay, whatever. So you turn up the heat in the box to make him take his jacket off.
No, it's not cool. So
I'm not trying to justify
the real detectives, while he's in the interview room,
But the real detective.
Real detective.
they notice a bunch of scratches on his arms. And they
What if he's got a cat?
said, hey, what's up with the scratches? So you would just assume that he has a cat and just blow it
He's
off?
just got a cat.
What a great detective.
Oh, I bet he's got a cat. I'm not gonna ask him about it.
Captain, he has a cat.
He's got a cat. Let him go. He's been through enough.
So, real detectives notice that
Trying to lighten
he
up
has scratches on his arms, and when you ask him, not just assume that he has a cat. When you ask him, he says that they were from a thorny bush at a local park, and he was just on a walk and blah 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 blah. blah.
Fall in a bush on a
It's
walk.
always a
Yes.
thorny bush.
All right, so
So at that point,
okay,
could you then... And that would be a probable cause sort of thing?
for what? What do you need a PC for?
Murder.
You gonna arrest him for scratches?
No, I can't arrest him for
What if
scratches.
they're kitten scratch?
But can't
I want you.
we-
I want to give you points. You
Can't we detain him? Keep him there so he's not a flight risk?
for what?
Well,
What do you
can-
got?
can
What do you
only-
got?
You can only hold him for like 24 hours.
What do you got? You got scratches.
God, you really got nothing there, do you?
But what can you do? You're a detective. What can you do? Think about. You put your detective. Put your detective
I can go
hat
get a
on.
thorny bush and start scratching myself to see if the scratches match.
Photograph the scratches.
Photograph scratches.
I was kind of saying the same thing, but I was
Okay.
just trying to see.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything outside
This is
of
serious. A woman is dead.
outside of the interview?
Oh, by C.K. Joy.
So CK Joy leaves,
Casey?
and you guys get together, and you're like, "What can we do now?" So, is there something
He
you
doesn't
might want
know.
to try to do now?
So we've taken pictures of his arms.
Yep.
We've given them to the
Mm-hmm.
CSI unit.
Yeah. You just. I mean. Yeah.
And he leaves. Well, because there's no way we can hold him. He's done
Don't
nothing
hold
wrong.
him.
He's
You
done-
let
we
him
got
go.
Show me the
pictures-
bush.
Excuse me?
Show me
I would totally do
Show me your
that.
thorny
Why don't you
bush.
take
Oh,
me?
okay.
Why don't you take me?
Oh,
take
of course.
us.
And Caleb gets
me
like
to the
take
300
us-
points.
Why don't you take us to where
God,
this
Caitlin's got a
happened?
million points.
Okay, so you could ask that of him.
Absolutely.
He could
You
refuse
could
it.
always ask.
He can refuse, though.
Right.
So
You could totally refuse. No, I don't want to do that. All right.
I miss when Caitlin was the
I feel like it
drinking
was a really
detective.
thorny bush.
When she was like, I just have to get a drink first.
Oh, yeah, at
She's
the bar.
like, I know
I'll be at the
everything.
bar.
So, what else could you do? Obviously, you want to. Hey, why don't you take me to where this happened?
Show me your
What else
bush.
could you do? Let me focus on the apartment. What else could you do?
Okay, so you go back to the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have him. Can you keep him in the box? Or,
So if I go back to the apartment alone, I have to have a warrant at that point.
right?
Oh, you know what, Dustin? You just got 50 points. I love
We're
that.
good together.
You just,
We bounce, it's nice.
I'm going to give you 50 points for automatically
I mean, we
just
can
saying.
split
You
like
didn't.
25.
You didn't even say, "Do I need a warrant?" You said, "I need a warrant." Obviously. So good job, sir. Yeah, you totally need a search warrant because who has the expectation of privacy?
He does.
Right, the roommate. So
That's right.
you need a search warrant to overcome
slipped
that
that in.
expectation of privacy, right? So judge grants you a search warrant,
I'm not
and
looking.
while you were at the house, you seize his electronics, laptops, phone, etc. Right? Because you want to be able to search that. Can you search it all? Right?
Are there any cameras in the apartment?
No.
Okay.
No cameras in the apartment. Who are you focusing on the roommate fully, or have you fully exonerated the boyfriend?
I feel like you can't exonerate the
No.
boyfriend yet.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 10 points for that, and 10 points for that because you can't yet, right?
Oh, okay.
80 plus
You have to wipe and redo.
40. I will during the beer moment
Of course, neither of us are near Caitlin, but
No, Caitlin's got a billion.
because I think we're gonna go in the beer moment in just a few minutes because we're almost at 30 minutes.
Yeah.
and the
all
bladder
right.
is almost full. So.
Right. So, boyfriend's been cooperating. Roommate has been cooperating. Both have pled for Maribel's safe return in the news media. We just want her back. We miss her. Bring her back if you have her. You know, that
Wow.
typical type of stuff.
Okay.
So, what are some things?
Now I'm looking for the cat.
All right, no cat. We're gonna establish no
No
cat.
bush.
No cat.
Did we find the
Okay.
bush?
No bush. No bush.
Okay.
He's like, you really don't want to see this bush.
70s porn bush. All right. So, what are some things? Put your thinking cap on. What are some things that you could check as a detective right from your desk? Don't even have to go out.
Okay, we could look up. Does the roommate have priors? Does the roommate have a record?
Nope. No priors. No record.
Does the roommate have like a fake name, fake ID?
No.
No
Nope, none of
passport?
that.
Did he come illegally?
Same with the
No.
boyfriend, though.
All
So
right.
we-
Obviously, you want to do both, right? Yes. What else?
See, we sure good.
What else?
So,
Caitlin, what can you do? Right. Let me give Dustin a chance.
No. Already came.
no. His voice went pretty high.
Right. Come on, Dustin. What can you do? Right from your desk, obviously, probably even before now, you've had your analyst run all the criminal histories on
assuming
both.
we can get into like the laptop. Like, are we able to get into the laptop?
Yep,
and
you're
stuff now?
that's you're gonna send that to the lab. Yep, that's being done right from your desk. What can you do?
Call
in
your
this
mom.
case? Absolutely.
Call your mom.
Call
All right.
Bob.
Caitlin,
He's dead. So.
Damn it!
Bob's
Oh
dead.
gosh.
Still dead.
3-day bender for Bob.
What can you do from your desk?
Right from your desk, outside of checking for criminal histories and all that kind of stuff.
Can I Google Earth the bush?
I have a
Well, he
question.
didn't tell you where the bush
No.
was.
I thought we were-
It heard you.
Right.
I didn't want to. I did not
I mean,
want to interrupt
you
Caitlin.
interrupted Dustin and Caitlin, but you know.
But if,
What are you
if
thinking?
Caitlin has nothing, I'm thinking, why don't we call this chick's mom, dad, sister?
Already
brother?
did that.
Okay.
Yep, good
Because that's
call.
stuff you could do from the desk.
Yep, I'm going to give you 10 points for
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
90, okay.
And we're just assuming that her family is very involved.
Absolutely.
with-
At this point, yeah,
I
everybody's
appreciate it.
aware.
Oh,
That's-
sorry,
that's-
that's my. Why do I keep doing that? All right. So,
I'm surprised you didn't give it to Caleb.
would you guys
Rigid
think about
process.
maybe? You know what? I wonder if there's been any 911 calls or any complaints at this
Oh.
house prior.
Isn't that kind of
to-
what I was leading to?
Not even close. So
You said
yeah.
like priors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Let's focus. No, I'm not going to give you that.
Try.
So, you check the calls of reports made at the house. And 11 days prior to Maribel vanishing, she called 911 saying she was fear for her life from the roommate.
What?
From the roommate. Not CK Joy.
Yes, the very same. All right. So, with that, I think we're going to take a break, do our beer moment, and then we'll get back into the investigation.
Sweet. This is good, man.
Got to break it.
Break. Oh, sorry.
No?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, she said it.
Did you stop the video too?
Nope. I can.
Yeah.
Video's recording.
AC.
And we're back.
And we're back from a break with the beer moment.
Yay!
Hey!
Big moment.
Hi, everybody. It's the beer moment. I take beer out, we drink it, we rate it. Ready? All right. So, I have been listening to some of our past episodes on Audible. Anyway, Dustin had made the comment. He had kind of leaned. He's like, I heard in the background. He's like, "Ow, yo, we got to get back to like some wild flavors and stuff like we used to do."
Love that.
And I said, "Outstanding," because I was going to bring a Kolsch in originally. I thought, let me find a nice Kolsch.
Kolsch is a good beer.
Because historically in the episodes we look at, but this
I mean,
got.
I gave you direction, to what to buy, for the theme. But hey, whatever.
If you bring
get what you.
Tiger in,
And then I decided to go with what Dustin put out there. And I got this from Sonny's in DeLand, not a sponsor, but our sticker is still on his door. So Sonny's
Nice.
in DeLand. And anyway, ready everybody?
Yes.
Ready?
ooh,
This is
Silver.
by Isla Morada
we
Brewery.
cannot see that.
It is a key lime
Isla.
hibiscus ale.
Cute.
Okay, I mean, I told you to get an Asian beer, but hey, whatever. You do what
Key
you want. I don't
limes-
even know why I asked.
Key limes are Asian.
Key West
So anyway,
is close enough.
It's on the way.
anyway, it is a 5% alcohol beer. Has key lime and hibiscus. What I found very interesting is why I wanted it. It has a little thing here about Winn-Dixie.
I was gonna say, is this made by Winn-Dixie?
That's
Is
really.
this Winn-Dixie?
No, I don't know.
That's kind of neat.
So I bought it, and I think worst case, it's going to go the dumpster water route. Who knows?
I mean,
We'll
if
see.
it's like Winn-Dixie, it's probably good.
Hey, I like Winn-Dixie.
Anyway, East Lamada.
Hold on, wait. It says
Beer
Winn-Dixie will donate 50 cents of every 6-pack sold to. It's Conch, right?
Yeah, conch.
Conch Republic.
The British say conch.
I know.
Conch is
dumb.
British,
No,
yes.
but-
For those of you in the aisles, conch,
There's
yes.
something wrong with my beer.
Yeah, it ain't
There's
your
like a
tummy.
hole in my beer.
Anyway, the Conch Republic
weird.
Touch my
Marine
beer?
Army.
No, I'm
No
not
one
touching
cares
your
what's wrong with your
I'm not
beer.
touching your beer.
Yeah, they're all kind of.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so maybe it is a Winn-Dixie.
So,
there's no
It's
date.
or they're in partnership.
I have no
at
idea
least.
how old it is.
Oh, that's botulism for sure.
Yeah, 100%. You got another beer for the
there's
so he
two
doesn't
more.
get botulism.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah. I bet this is a sour.
Botulism
You think
beer.
I'm gonna say that this is
Bob,
sour.
you better not be making bacteria
Are we
beer
going
in
back
here.
to the Uno Dome?
Yeah. Wow.
So,
Little things.
You see, in Florida, folks. Okay.
alright. Uno, dos.
Ooh. Yeah.
Let's imbibe.
My man.
It's not a sour.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at
It's
all.
definitely different. I could taste more hibiscus, I guess, more than
Yeah.
key lime.
It has a bit of a
Really taste the Winn-Dixie in that.
zing, yeah.
There's a little zing.
Okay, there's kind of a back end growing,
Kind
but it's not flat.
Yeah, it's not flat. It's not bad. I'm not hating it. It's not dumpster water.
Ah.
Al, it's your beer. What do you think?
Hey, I'm gonna. And earlier I was mowing grass. You know, we always have to bring that up.
Right.
I definitely chug one of these after mowing grass. Mm-hmm. It's a little. It literally does taste like you're kind of sucking a lime. Is everybody getting that? Or
It's
just
a
me?
little when you
It's
take a sip.
a little
It's like,
limey. That's okay though.
It's a little limey, so they knocked it out of the park there. Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I don't know if I could drink more than one. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay.
Good effort.
We want to go round or
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I give it a solid 5.5. It's not a bad beer. I'm not hating it.
I think 5.5 is a good score. It's I don't know. There's something about it. You know, when you take a sip, the first sip was like, okay, not bad. But then the more sips you take, it's like,
Is it more lime, more bitter?
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little more bitter.
That's what I'm-
Huh.
And it's also, there's like a watery taste to it.
That's what I was doing.
It's
Yeah.
like, it's not like, I don't know.
I don't
it's like
taste
watery.
hibiscus though.
No.
Because we've had hibiscus margaritas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Dustin?
I don't know.
wait,
I'm gonna,
shouldn't give it. A
She did. She said 5.5.
5.5.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay.
It's okay.
Harsh.
I'd probably drink one of them.
10 points.
Definitely not
off.
multiple of them.
Right.
It's just
Yeah, maybe
it's
just.
got a funky aftertaste that I'm not down with.
Yeah. So Al, I would give you 10 points if it's scored higher, but I'm going to give you 5 for not being crappy.
Okay.
I like that they donate to a good cause.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Good. Oh, you
would've-
know what? That's a good point. I'm going to give Caitlin
Right, so
5
you're gonna
points.
give it to Caitlin. Al got a beer that donates, but Caitlin gets the point.
Yes. No, Al
I
got a
pointed
point.
it out.
Well, here's
Al got a
here's
point.
the thing though. If this is a Winn-Dixie beer, how the fuck did Sonny get it? Did Sonny buy it from Winn-Dixie or did he find it in a dumpster? So now nobody's getting 50 cents. I didn't pay for it at Winn-Dixie.
I
So
mean, it says Isla Morada, like, beer company, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Whatever proceeds they make.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, it says Winn-Dixie, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just when Dixie's probably the bigger donator.
But it says
they're
Winn-
probably the one making the
I'm not
contribution.
going to dissect it.
All right.
Let's just
So
hope they get
Point
their
is,
money.
we are aware. We like to be responsible. We like to give back. So, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I appreciate you trying to go outside the bubble.
yeah,
Yeah, keep it up.
outside the norm. Good job. Al.
Yeah, we try. But you have a good point. Why? I mean, we could all just drink Kolsch every time or
Yeah.
porter.
No, but I like going outside.
Something
Like
with
I feel like the beer moment is for like
unique.
wild and crazy.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
unexpected.
You know what I mean?
I like
No,
it.
so I
Good
like-
job.
I'm sad that it wasn't overly hibiscus. You know what I mean?
No, I would like to have had something
Right?
that's just bang,
But I like,
punches you right in the face.
I like the effort, my man.
There's another one I already have in store for next month, which I was going to get, but then I saw this and thought I'd get. But it's equally it's supposed to have a little pop, a little flavor, so it's like maybe a little sour.
Ooh.
We like sours.
Yes.
Especially grapefruit
What?
sours.
You want to just go into it, or
And that was our beer moment.
yay?
Beer moment.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys an easy one.
That's
What
she
is
said.
what is one thing you can do now? Maybe a recap. Let me reset the topic as people
Take us
say.
back because we're lost. We're
So
angry
Maribel-
about the points. We're angry at Caitlin because she already got on YouTube and researched this or whatever. So
Don't mention where it's from.
So Maribel went missing, and we have two suspects. We have the boyfriend and the roommate. You've interviewed both of them, and you've conducted a search warrant of the apartment, and you've seized the... in the interview of the roommate, he had scratches all over his arms, and he said it was a bush. And
70s.
in the interview you got a search warrant, and you seized the roommate's electronics, his laptop, his phone, the whole 9 yards. Okay, and that's where we are.
seized.
You've checked 911 calls and calls for service at the apartment, and 2 weeks prior to the disappearance, she called 911 saying she was in fear of the roommate. Okay, so
She was
so
in
we're
fear
building
for her life.
for the roommate.
Is that
right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, in
Because
fear
of
for
her
her
roommate.
life.
because of the roommate.
Okay.
Now
To me, that's a distinction.
that's where we are, and you guys, you probably, I don't know, you're kind of honing in on the roommate, right? I mean,
Right.
that seems to be more of a
If I can just
I don't know.
add a detail of the 911 call.
Yes.
I mean, we're obviously honing in on
yeah,
Casey. Her words were, I mean, if something happens to me, he did it.
right.
Like, she was very explicit in that.
So that
like,
was in the.
Wait,
911
whoa,
call.
whoa! She
That
she
sounds
called and
familiar.
left a message to.
Well, it's not.
911?
I mean, it's
it's recorded. Whenever you call
Oh,
911, it's recorded.
she said this on the 911.
Yeah.
Well,
It was a
okay.
piece
I
of information.
I watched Columbo. That is called
a clue. Maybe?
something. That's called something because there was a Columbo episode where a guy locked a guy in a vault. So he took his belt off and he scratched into the
Yeah.
thing. Such and such killed me.
Right.
And so
Yeah, it's not proof.
they put them all back, but Columbo said this is called.
Columbo is my hero, but that's not proof.
See, I'm trying to get points here.
All right. So
Because he loves.
where are we now? Dustin, give me your number one investigative step you would do now. Now, this is the one of the top investigative tools in the bag. I'm going to give... Wait. No. Al has fewer points, so I'm going to give Al the chance to do this. One of the number one things in the investigative tool bag. You're like, okay, let me open up my investigator's tool bag. Oh my God, I got this. I can do this.
Okay. We've also already gone over the boyfriend in the same manner,
Yep.
but
Yep.
It's
You've gone
definitely-
through both of them with a fine tooth
okay,
comb.
it's definitely C.J. Chalk. Okay.
Well,
so,
you're not definitely. I mean, you can't prove anything yet.
Tooth tone.
So I'm
Did I say that?
gonna open
He
what?
started doing.
So we're gonna open the bag and we are gonna go with. I'm a detective.
That's
This
good
is
pep
this
talk.
this is one
I'm
of
a
the
detective
this is
right in
the
the mirror.
one of the top.
You are a detective.
I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. Okay.
This
You
is
is
one
kind.
of the top
smart.
detective tools in your bag. You're like you use this on a crap ton of cases.
Arrest.
It would be my.
You want to come back?
I know
here?
you're thinking cocaine, but it's not cocaine.
It's a tool.
I say
It's a tool.
Dustin. I got to defer to
Alright,
Dustin,
alright.
man. He's yeah.
Dustin.
I am not. I'm thinking DNA evidence, like take his DNA. I don't know why yet, but try
Okay.
to take his DNA.
Can you at this point? I mean, there's no reason.
Are we not detaining him yet because
No.
of the 911
No.
Still
call?
can't detain them.
Anyone can call
Really?
911 and be like, "Someone's gonna kill me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's
but
your
she
probable
like
cause?
specifically the
Yeah.
word-
Okay. What do you think, Caitlin?
What was the question? Like,
What are you going to do now? And it's one of your top. Oh, we didn't. Al deferred, so it's on you.
What?
One of your top investigative tools. It's like sitting right there. It's like, hey, I'm on, right? It's me.
Well, in 2022, it's the gun.
I can't believe I'm just blanking.
Just kidding.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna go with.
How do you garner evidence? What's another way? You've done just about everything. There's another step that you could do to.
Oh, we gotta get a warrant now.
For what?
Everything.
To
For what? What's your warrant for? It's
Just
not
like,
Law
what do you
and
need a
Order. I need a
for?
warrant.
Everything.
The
All right.
bush.
All right.
I'm gonna call the DA. The phone is my tool. I'm gonna call the
No.
DA. I got nothing, man. I'm.
Caitlin.
Dumbass.
He's got the guy's phone, right?
Yep.
So
And that's all in the lab. Yep. Being checked.
records and
Yep.
everything.
All
Everything's
that's
in the
being done.
lab. Everything's in the lab, but I have this
So you
magic
should be able to
tool.
track his location from that night,
Okay.
and that should lead you to the thorny bush.
Nope.
That's
the
not.
80s,
That's
though,
not.
right?
All right. So
This was 2013.
so maybe.
I thought we were in the 80s.
Camille's being
No.
so patient.
Justin's in the
No.
wrong
I'm in the
was-
80s.
I'm
We're
always in the,
decade.
dude. I'm in the.
I was
80s.
like, I was
No,
surprised.
that was-
century.
I was
that was just the trivia question from this morning.
No
Don't
points
focus.
off. Don't take points
So,
off because he's in the 80s.
I'm
It's okay.
We're in the wrong
I'm going to throw.
century.
What about?
Get out of here.
People
What
were
about?
Like, we have cameras. And I was like, did they have that good of cameras?
What about
Shit on those
maybe
cameras.
conducting a surveillance on these guys?
Oh,
right.
you mean like trail them? Have blue?
My
have
car's
them-
not
have
gonna
guys,
fit in the bag.
Have guys follow
Sit
them
outside
and
of his
track them
house.
and.
Bad guys follow them?
Yeah.
You mean police officers in unmarked cars?
Yes. That's
so,
what I said.
so maybe
right?
conduct a surveillance on your roommate and your boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a huge investigative tool
That's a very
that's
good point.
sitting close to the top of the bag. Both of you guys missed 10 points.
Would that not
Oh, you're being
Yeah,
too
Caitlin
fucking
doesn't miss
concrete.
any of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what?
she's
She does.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
10 points.
Thank you.
Think it's
Hey,
at least
5,
At least I know what
70
happened.
minus 10, 45.
Now, wouldn't have surveillance been like something done kind of early on?
No, this,
People of interest.
but not until after the 911 call.
Okay.
We're gonna
So you hear the 911 call, you're like, shit.
and surveillance comes in, you're like, okay, we don't really have anything else. So
But at that point, are we really going to follow the boyfriend?
yeah, because you haven't fully eliminated him.
So we've got
You still have
basically.
to have the mindset. It's
He doesn't
always
even
the
have-
And
boyfriend
you know what
or
happens in
husband
court
or
is was the roommate your only? You focused on the roommate, and forgot about everything else, right, detective? No, we did not
'Cause I'm a
focus our
professional.
attention on just
Easy,
one
Captain.
person.
Easy, Captain.
All right, so
question. I'm sorry.
yes, no,
question.
go ahead.
So when we're gonna go, okay. Let's put some eyes on these guys. Let's tail them.
Yes,
Isn't there a certain? You can only do it for so long, or you can
can
only
do-
use so many hours.
you can do it as long as you want.
Okay, 24/7.
24/7,
Just have guys
365.
watch them all the time.
Absolutely.
Eyes on them all
all
the time.
day, every
Yep.
day.
All right.
Okay.
So you notice you do a surveillance.
Got it.
You notice the boyfriend doing normal stuff, going to work, going home, work, home, grocery store, gym,
I mean,
all
his name
that
is
stuff.
Paul. How
He's
exciting can he be?
He's palming it, you know.
Yeah.
the girlfriend's
Hey.
on.
All right,
Paul goes to the gym.
all right.
Okay, Paul, you think you're better than us?
You also notice that the roommate
Dick.
That's not.
goes to the local library to use the computer.
Oh.
Why?
Just like Joe would do.
Why?
Because we have his computer.
Right. Very good. 10 points.
And his phone, right? Like the cops.
You have his phone and his computer. Yes.
So any internet access.
Right. So he goes on a regular basis. He goes to the local library and uses and this library. When you go in, you check out a laptop. You know, you don't. It's not like a desktop. You come in. Yeah, I'd like to check my my Instagram or my Facebook.
I'm gonna get on my AOL.
Right, my All right. Well, here's your laptop.
Instant message a couple of people.
Right.
Check my
And
Outlook.
he would go to the desk, check out a laptop, and use it for various reasons. All right. What do you think now?
A search warrant for the
He's-
computer.
the guy's just trying to check his email.
Nah.
I mean, there's no.
That search history is
You
not
already
fun.
have a search warrant for his computer, so I'm going to take 5 points off.
Wait. No. No. So
I
it's a
think
search warrant for
15.
the library's computer. It's not his computer.
Wait, but it's the library's computer. You can't access that. That's
No,
not your...
you can't.
That should be government-free information for the cops.
I mean, it's public domain.
And he's...
Oh,
I'm assuming-
and again, back to like we were
Does he
saying earlier,
does
to
he
go-
have an remember? What's the question?
What was the question?
There's no...
When you are
Subject.
dealing with search warrants, what is the only and number one question you have to ask yourself?
You have a right to privacy.
Is there an expectation of privacy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Not
So
to your
if
public
you're the state
library
if you're the state
If
attorney,
you're a weirdo, you're like this.
Oh, it's
computer
only the
is-
weirdos.
Well, can't you just clear all your history?
You could.
if you are the state attorney, would you want the detectives to go in some gray area and say, "Oh no, it's the public library's computer, so we don't need a search warrant"?
No,
What would you
absolutely not.
suggest to the detectives?
Get a search warrant
Thank you.
for the library.
Right.
Isn't that what I said?
But
Yeah, but you got
And I
to
still
Let's-
got points deducted?
you weren't specific enough. So let me ask you this.
Oh, wow.
All right. So because I want you to
This
do,
shit
I want
is
you to
rigged.
do, I want you to do more.
Welcome to the club, my man.
I want you to do more.
You should be drinking more. You're being harsh tonight, man. Wow, Dustin.
It's the hibiscus ale.
All right. So we know that there's search warrant going on, but what on top of that could you do?
What's the question?
So we know. All right. So back up. We know that he goes to the library and searches. Does his Instagram, Facebook on a library laptop.
Okay.
What more than just a search warrant for that laptop? What else could you do?
You could.
Could you see, like, if you... No.
What? No, Dustin.
do it.
Because
You know,
Caitlin
Go
knows
ahead.
Dustin.
I know what happens. Just
Did you,
do it.
like, see if he checked out any books or anything? You really minus...
Whoa, you're deducting points?
That's a stupid
What?
question.
Whoa, what?
Search warrant for books. Come on, Al.
What?
More. So we
So-
know that he checks out a
Oh,
laptop.
the video footage. Son of a...
No, you know he does. You already have all that. You're surveilling him. You know that he goes to the library and gets a laptop and sits down and checks his Facebook and all that. What can you do on top of that, like an extra?
You could ask the
friend.
head librarian. I'm waiting for visual cues if I'm even close. Shit.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know. Maybe
It's not. It's not a good point. So,
I was like,
Follow
so,
him into the bathroom.
so think. So
I was like, what if he used a
focus
fake
your
ID? I don't know.
focus your attention on the laptop. Focus your attention on the laptop.
Well, they've already got the laptop and they're looking.
I
No,
thought
they don't have.
I thought they had the laptop. That's
You
why we
said-
went over
No,
the whole-
not his laptop. The
the library's laptop.
yeah. So what you're saying is you would go
We
to.
got the warrant and we got the laptop.
Okay, so you would grab the. How does that help you?
To see
So-
what he was looking up.
Okay.
Now that he's a murder
All right,
suspect.
all right,
well,
so we-
you know, murder.
You're not yet,
Let me ask you
but
this.
Poor Camille. He's so frustrated with our two-dimensional thinking here. Sorry.
So would it be? Do you think it would be helpful to maybe
I don't know what I can do.
track at a live time what he's looking at?
Well, but that's why they took the laptop, though, right? To
You guys said that. I didn't say that.
But that's what we...
That's what you wanted to do. But is there a better option?
So at the library, you can
Like,
track
you
real
remote-
time.
Like, remote into the laptop and just watch him.
Yes.
See what kind of weird porn he's looking at.
Yes.
30
points.
Back to our public access. Blah,
None
blah,
of this
blah,
is
blah.
ringing a bell.
So you can.
So-
So they're going to remote in.
So
and
what they
sign
do?
his-
So what the detectives do?
because he could clear his history.
So what the detectives
Okay.
do, instead of seizing that laptop, took you guys long enough, jeez, is you say, you know what, we're going to get a search warrant for live access, real-time searching of what he does, and you go to the library, which I think you said head librarian, so I'm going to give you 20 points for that.
20. Hey.
Oh.
Okay. what they do is they say, listen, we've got this search warrant to check his real-time access. When he comes here, give him this laptop. Give him this one.
Okay.
So he comes in, checks the laptop out.
Brilliant.
And while he's searching his Facebook and all this stuff, they're seeing it live.
Okay.
They're seeing it real time in, at the office, and it's like, oh, okay, he's...
They got their Windows 7
Yep.
remote access.
Remote access.
Yep. All right.
Yep. So,
Watching the cursor. Okay.
and you're
Not a lot of
monitoring
friends.
his traffic on his computer, normal stuff, not much suspicious, Facebook, etc.
YouTube.
All right, now stop.
Pornhub.
Elsewhere, yeah. Elsewhere. The family of Maribel is planning an awareness walk and vigil for Maribel. The walk was all over the news and was going to take place in a densely wooded area that she loved to walk in, park, all that. She's like, oh, that's cool.
Were there
All right.
any thorny bushes?
Guess what the roommate did?
Fell into a bush?
He joined.
Guess what the roommate did?
Oh, sorry. Whose turn?
Who
it's
has...
Dustin's.
Al has less. Okay.
He joined the walk.
No.
Showed up.
Is he still at the library? And we're
Oh, I mean, this is all going on. Okay, but yes, I'll give you that. So let's say he's still at the
Is he
library.
searching where the walk is? And the walk information?
What? WOK? What does that mean, man? What are you saying?
You know what? I'm going to give you 100
Why's
points
he
for
gonna-
that, Dustin.
Well, I mean, searching along
Oh, I'm trying to throw him off with the ancient
I'm going to give you 100
references.
points for that.
Oh, I suck.
So,
I totally lose.
Yes.
what else, at this time, what else is he searching? What might be a search in the laptop that you are checking real time?
Wait a minute. I said what Dustin said.
You did not.
I said he joined the walk.
He didn't join the walk. He searched the walk area on his laptop, on
Sorry.
Google Earth or whatever.
Okay, sorry. Okay, well, I did not hear Google
Yeah.
Earth and all that. I'm terribly
Okay,
sorry.
that's okay.
I'm sorry.
So what else is he searching?
To be fair, Google Earth was not mentioned.
Right, no, not like a Google thing, not Google Earth, but
Okay.
just a Google.
He's also checking the area of the map where he actually buried her body to see if anyone's near it.
Well, I mean, you just jumped off of Alan's, Dustin's,
Absolutely.
but I'm going to give you 25
No, call me
points.
Al, do whatever. Whoever gets more points. You can interchange us.
No, I gave
don't know.
Dustin 100. I'm going to give you 25 points.
Oh, okay.
But that's not exactly what he was searching. One thing that he was actually searching was, how long does it take for a body to decompose?
Oh, they probably shouldn't.
Now, there's no way that we... Well, I guess we could if we were really genius. We could have thought of that. But there's no way we can guess that that's what
no.
he's
I just
searching
yeah. So
for. Wow. Okay, so he's
what
freaking
he
out.
did
Okay.
Panicking.
while he's at the library and they're doing this walk is he goes to Google or whatever and puts into park, and then he moves the cursor to an area, really densely wooded area, next to the park.
Really?
Wow.
Yep, and focuses on that. So
You guys are killing me.
And they're recording it. They're watching.
I'm assuming that we're now going to try to.
And then he left the library. What do you do, Al?
You follow his ass.
And
What?
Dustin, what do you do?
Well, now I'm going to detain him and read him his Miranda rights.
And
arrest him.
Caitlin, what do you do?
You go to where he was looking.
Wouldn't you want him in custody?
You
first?
no.
But.
You go to where he was looking.
Okay.
If
So
he's searching how long does a body decompose for, I'm going to get him as he's coming out of the library.
Honestly, if the cops
Although-
were watching me Google things, they would have arrested me years
Yeah.
ago.
So
good
as
point.
soon as he leaves, so the cops
they haul ass to the police.
guess what they do?
All right. See, I'm thinking to me, I would follow
they
him.
join the walk?
See, I'm assuming
No, they go to where he was
Yeah,
searching,
that makes
and
sense.
guess what they find?
her body.
Is it a walk?
It's
No
a
points.
body.
That's obvious.
It's a
No
body.
No points. That's obvious.
So they find Maribel.
Yep.
right
God,
there.
That's sad, man.
I don't like these cases anymore.
Sad. Wow.
Like, I thought it was such like this high shit detective, but man, not anymore.
Yeah, how can, no wonder they're alcoholics.
What do you-
Every one of them you see in movies, they're alcoholics.
Wait, what? But just because you guys suck at
that's
being
relatable.
detectives, you hate
That's
the
relatable.
case now? I think last week, let's be a detective.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you
Camille,
what.
we cannot live up to your expectations. I'm sorry. We have two-dimensional thinking.
All right, so
I apologize.
May 17th, 2013, the police searched a remote area
Wow.
and in the area, and they found the body in a shallow grave. Maribel was identified through dental records. However, the remains were too decomposed to confirm the cause of death. They then arrested
The boyfriend.
Chom Gong Ling.
Oh my god.
So they arrested a roommate, found him guilty of second-degree murder, sentenced to 15 years to life.
Okay, why is this second-degree murder?
Because you can't. So
Within
okay.
2 minutes.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I don't mean
Okay.
to. I don't
No,
mean
no, 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 no.
He's gonna monologue.
Dustin, why is it second-degree murder? What's first-degree murder?
Well, isn't first degree murder like where you actually like? Yeah, it's premeditated.
So why is it? Answer your own question. Why is it second-degree murder?
Well, but how do they know this wasn't premeditated? She had called earlier
Exactly.
that there was a problem.
Exactly.
There's
'cause they
nothing
don't
to
know that it was
suggest.
premeditated.
How do you prove it? How do you prove
Can't.
first-degree murder?
You can't.
So if you can't prove first-degree murder,
Okay.
second-degree, right?
Okay. See, beer number 4, my brain is
Okay, whatever.
switched around. Duh. Okay, but still, I would have followed him, assuming he was going to go to where he pointed the arrow.
Okay.
So he didn't go there.
All right.
Well,
Or
you know
did
what
he
they
show
say
up and
about-
saw the cops and said "fuck this" and left?
All right, I'm going to give you 50 points for that.
No. I don't want points.
No,
for
no, you got it.
I don't want to beat Dustin, dude. Oh, I'm not beating anybody. Okay.
All right. So,
Oh, that's so
he
sad.
actually, and they suspect that he loved her and wanted her to be with him and all that, and they had actually, hung out together in the past, and
this was on a new series.
Now
Does it now it rings a bell that you actually saw this episode?
As he's falling asleep, his subconscious is waking up now. He remembers. Would have been fuck me.
I've seen this before.
Oh my god.
Can we tell him what you told us?
Yeah.
So you went to go shoo off the peacocks, and she's like, "We watched this. He watched this. He doesn't remember." She's like, "This is killing me because he doesn't remember he watched it." It's gonna come to him, and he's gonna be like, "Wait a minute." That's awesome.
That's a newer show, though.
Yeah, worst roommates ever.
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever
the
it
one.
is.
That's why I said it was
That makes
worst roommates
sense.
ever or you, and we watched you instead, and then you came back, and we're like, "Shh, Joe," and Kayla's like, "Shh, shh, shh." Anyway, awesome.
All right,
place.
so
Well done. Well done.
Dustin finally pulls off a win.
Hey!
Al 140, Caitlin 150, and Dustin with 200. Good
Yay!
job, man.
Because you knew before.
Well, if you had stayed awake, you would know too.
Well, okay, we're gonna wrap this up quick tonight, folks.
All right, guys, we are on YouTube now. Make sure and subscribe and like and listen in the comments anything you want us to cover or how you hate that it's getting dark. We're in a garage and the door's open, so get over that. Anything you want us to focus on or cover, we are the #1 true crime podcast in the country.
Yeah.
And Caitlin,
What?
land this pig.
All right. If you are still with us,
What's our links?
they are still Murder Hour Pod on Instagram. I'm not sure about Facebook. I think it's probably the same.
Probably the same. What's our YouTube? What's the actual? What do they search for?
Murder Hour Podcast, right?
Yeah.
I think so,
Yep. Find us on the internet.
All the
Those
internets.
places, like, subscribe, follow,
Google me.
all those things. And if you're still with us, Yeah.
And I'm Al the Beers Guy on Instagram. Sorry, I forgot that earlier. Sorry, Caitlin. Thank you.
Apologize.
Al the Beers Guy, Instagram. Thank you. Okay, great. Sorry.
If you're still with us, we appreciate you and your listenership. And we will see you next time.
Yay!
Later.